rosemary. Heaven restores you in life. You're coming with me through the aging, the fearing, the strife. It's the smiling on the package, it's the faces in the sand. It's the thought that moves you upwards, embracing me with two hands. Right, we'll take you places, yeah, maybe to the beach. When your friends, they do come crying, tell them now your pleasure set upon slow release. On trial. It took a lifespan with no cellmate, a long way back. Sandy, why can't we look the other way? We speaks about travel, yeah, we think about the land. We smart like all people's feelings.
Shut up. A hybrid of documentary and fiction. This silent film explores the history of witchcraft, demonology, and Satanism. It shows the representation of evil in a variety of ancient and medieval artworks, offers a vignette illustrating a number of superstitious practices, and presents a narrative about the persecution of a woman accused of witchcraft. The film ends by suggesting that we're not going to talk about that until the end. Ed, what are we talking about?
We are going to be talking about the Scandinavian film Haxan. Directed by Benjamin Christensen, written by Benjamin Christensen, and stars Maren Pedersen, Clara Pontoppidan, I butchered that, Clara Pontoppidan, and Elith Pio. Early actors. Filmed and released. Oh, it was filmed around 1920 and released in 1922. It is highly believed to be Benjamin Christensen's magnum opus film. One of his best. His best film, honestly. Yeah.
His Golden Goose.
Yeah. One of the early pioneers of filmmaking, which is just evident to how phenomenally shot and beautiful this film looks, despite the constraints of time. You know, back then they didn't have. It wasn't as Hollywood was early.
Hollywood wasn't even a thing.
Yeah,
it was just film.
Just
random dudes with an idea making masterpieces like this and making something beautiful out of nothing, honestly, because you have to have like master craftsmen just making the sets and stuff, and like that devil suit in the film, the devil.
There are many interpretations of the devil in it. And it all came off like a stage play. The whole thing was like a very. It looked like like you'd see it on like a stage play. With the painted backgrounds and everything.
The puppets.
And the lighting. It's just so beautiful, and the straightforward shots. Like a lot of them look like paintings. You could literally take a still from any shot in this movie and it look like a Renaissance painting, like an old painting.
That is true. Just like a screenshot and boom, hang it up on the wall.
Yeah. Yeah, but in this film, it's like a docu-horror film. The writer and director Benjamin Christensen discloses a historical view of witches, and throughout the 7 parts of this silent film, it is a silent film. It's a lot of reading, but it's worth it because it's the visual. That accompanied with the visuals, it looks really cool. It looks like a cool slideshow.
Yeah, and even then, it's not even that much reading. Just a couple sentences each, like slide.
Yeah.
At first, when I started this film, I was a bit skeptical. I was like, man, this is like,
Stupid old. I want to be watching reels.
I want to be doom scrolling.
Yeah.
No, well, partially, but I was like, man, this thing is a drag. But as it kept going on, like,
Yeah, in the
it kept
beginning,
bringing me
it's kind of like
further and further
yeah,
in, you
very
know?
slow. Yeah.
I was like, okay, what's happening next? I like this.
hmm I love the opening. It sets the stage and showing all the witches flying and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That was really cool. A lot of the visuals, just like I don't even know how he achieved them, but very beautiful.
Yeah, and I like how he like dwells back on the history and of like witchcraft and their practices. It's like, oh, let me explain this painting real quick.
Yeah,
You know?
with the little stick, he's pointing at all the little diagrams and illustrations of witches getting tortured and stuff, and how they would do it during the Spanish Inquisition.
Yeah. No, because Benjamin for Christensen, he like dove into like for 2 years into witchcraft and everything of the like. Like he dolphin dived into them books
Yeah,
and studied a bunch of it, which is I like that because not that many directors nowadays go that deep into like studying a topic that they want to make in a film.
yeah, and he and all the history of the witches like culminates into like a critique of like during his time like modern day medicine and the way they treat hospice people, elderly uh and crazy folk back then, like comparatively, like he would say like the poor witches would be prosecuted back then by the Spanish, but today they're prosecuted by the law,
Mm-hmm.
and you correlate that between then and now, and how really hysterical it was before in the time of medieval time of witches, and how that's still rampant till today. Because at the time, the mental health and stuff was a relatively new endeavor then.
Yeah, because they see like a blabbering old lady out in the street, they're like, "Oh my god, is that a witch?" So
Yeah,
get a big burly sack and like toss
Maria,
her in there.
Maria the Weaver was talking to herself. I think she was talking to the evil spirits. And then they was like, "Oh yeah, really?" Oh. And
Well,
they
let's
pull up
go
in a
after her.
sack with a cage and just
Yeah,
crack them.
pitchforks and fire.
Just walk up to her and say, "Hey Maria, how you doing today?" "Oh, I'm doing well. I was just watering my petunias." "Oh, that's nice. Oh, is that a coin on the ground?" "Oh, really?"
It's the equivalence of nowadays pulling up in a van and snatching someone and taking them to like rehab or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, it's
Yeah,
sad
and
because
you compare the treatment of them to medieval torture.
hmm
That's no different to today.
yeah, especially like more than 100 years in the future. Still nowadays, like old people in nursing homes, they still
Yeah,
get treated
it's
very
still an
horribly.
occurrence. Yeah.
hmm Just because of their mental state.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the imagery in this film is can be very heavy to look at. A lot of nudity,
For the lighthearted.
even though it's like rated PG-13 or something.
Ready for like when did it come out? 1920 what?
1922.
Yeah, for 1922 is pretty like PG.
You see some side boob in it though. I guess not.
A little bit of shoulder. Get somebody riled up in the theater.
Back then in the 1800s.
Oh, good heavens.
Yeah.
Yes, very beautiful film. And like when it like fades into like a different scene, I thought that was crazy for 1922.
Yeah, the crossfades.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a lot of crossfades in this movie. I'm like, wow, how did they do that?
right?
Yeah, it was very cinematic. This what gives it that cinematic feeling that you would see later on down in the history of Hollywood, but closer to the 30s and 40s, and that's when this movie is really ahead of its time.
Yeah, especially with that one scene where the old lady is covered in coins, and then she starts gathering them at all, and then she goes to grab more, turns around, but all the coins are going. They put it in reverse, so it looks like they're like disappearing out into the air, going up.
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought that was cool too.
that was funny. It
Mm-hmm.
was cool. Yeah. He's very creative when it came to some of the stuff he wanted to do. Like he thought of it, and he'd find a way to do it, despite the constraints back then. That's why this film is very innovative for the time, and it really inspired future filmmakers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Benjamin, pretty good director for his time. Even in his first film, you can see he was like a very uh prolif prolific director. He did a very good job in his first film. And with this one, he peaked at this one, I think, because most people just talk about this one when they think of Benjamin Christensen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Especially the fact that he was the devil in the
he
movie,
played the devil in the movie.
which is like
Yeah,
crazy. You know,
what it was like. Oh, I want to be the devil in my movie, you know? Yeah,
they called him crazy, but he did it.
yeah.
Yeah, for a silent film, this is like the acting is amazing. Obviously, you know.
Oh, this was filmed in Denmark. I was wrong.
Gotta go back and cut that out, man.
Nah. But yeah, overall, like this film, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, from the beginning, getting shown the paintings, the pictures of the like medieval times, the witches and stuff, to you know the painter's you know wife experiencing all of this, her husband getting sick, then blaming it on an old lady that comes by. They give her food,
Yeah.
and then she's like,
And for a documentary, it goes really in depth and detail of
yeah,
how everything was back then. And the imagery it uses is beautiful. It really felt like just you open an encyclopedia or some sort of book.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh yeah, I love that shot of us like I think it was like the town or something, or the world he was trying to show, and it has the stars overhead.
oh yeah,
I believe it was the interpretation of Egyptians how they thought the earth was. Like they thought there was these huge mountains over the horizon that they were so big that that's why it was dark, you know.
yeah,
And they thought the stars overhead were hanging by ropes. That shot was really beautiful. I don't know why it gave me like Wes Anderson vibes, which
mm-hmm.
I'm assuming I bet that this film inspired him in some way, shape, or form.
I wouldn't doubt it. You know,
Yeah, or the idea itself reverberated through all of film. You know, the use of miniatures. Then,
yes, this film was a pebble thrown into a lake,
yeah.
and then the ripple effect, just kept going
There's even
through
stop
history.
motion in this movie when
Yeah,
uh, the little goblin sticks out of the wall for 3 seconds. That's the most stop motion in this film. That was really funny.
that is
That's
crazy.
cool.
The fact that they did that,
Yeah, when she was in her dream, the witch goes into her dreamscape.
yeah,
Yeah,
and the way they did it too, like when her soul left her body and she's still on the ground
yeah,
and she's just moving around. I'm like, holy fuck,
yeah.
how did this guy do this? You give me one of them old timey cameras and everything else, I wouldn't be able to do that. you know.
Yeah, he truly was a pioneer for his time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the idea of like witches and stuff, like he really portrayed the just the idea of them and the traditional aspects of them and their history really well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not only that, the way that the church operated too,
Yeah,
and all the medieval torture techniques, that was really cool to see
oh,
them.
I like that as well because not that you don't people don't really go back that far to show you like how they got tortured, like what did they use, you know.
Yeah.
The thumb crushers was crazy.
Yeah, didn't he say one of his actresses even tried it and she like wanted to get out of it like a minute in, like
Yeah,
the second she
just
started it?
like gave up.
Yeah.
Like what a bad decision. She would suck as a witch.
Yeah, man. No, that was horrible back then what they did
Yeah,
the
like it
people.
throw you in the lake or in a river, and if you drown, then you weren't a witch. If you float up, then you were a witch.
Yeah.
Either way, you die. So sucks.
And the accusatory nature back then of like the hysteria, like they'd accuse anyone of being a witch.
Mm-hmm.
And by the end you don't know if they were telling the truth or not because when they capture the Weaver, when they accuse her of poisoning the husband, and she starts telling her tale how everyone in that household was a witch.
Oh,
And they torture them all, you know?
yeah.
Yeah. And then I like that segment where she's telling the story of how they do all their debauchery.
And they have that ointment they put on their back
Yeah, and they're all
so they could
flying.
fly.
That seems like insane to me. Like, all the prosthetics that they used.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It was crazy. It was all them ladies kissing the devil's ass.
that too. Yeah, but like that was the culture of like Swedish witchcraft.
The Satanism.
Yeah, it's reminiscent of what you see in Mexico too. Like the same thing I hear people talk about. They talk about witches in Mexico. They'd be like, "Oh, I saw fireballs in the sky and stuff like that."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just part of the culture there, and he really personified it really well. Like they really came off like it was from a storybook, which is really cool. And the fact that we're still talking about this film 120, oh my, how many years is it? 104 years?
Yeah. 104 years after.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody alive from that time.
Mm-mm. But
Mm-mm-mm.
their work lives on. You know, that's his legacy. The beauty of this film is still talked about till to this day.
Mm-hmm.
And given that it's a horror film, it's still inspired other filmmakers too, because there's like aspects of good filmmaking in this, like the silhouette shots. I love those when they're flying and you see the silhouettes of the demons blowing horns, or when that woman gets allured by the devil into the cemetery. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a beautiful shot with the sunlight in the background and the creature.
Truly a beautiful film.
Yeah,
And it's kind of like spreading awareness as well.
yeah. The dangers of like, or no, it's not spreading awareness. It was just a documentary talking about the stereo witches back then. It was,
Well, yeah, but it was also comparing, like how we treat the mentally ill nowadays.
yeah,
That's what I meant. But when the nun gets like kind of possessed by the devil, and then the other nuns come, and then they break out in like a mass hysteria. They all start dancing, hooting and hollering.
that's an actual occurrence too.
Mm.
Yeah. That yeah, he really portrayed everything really well. Like this is a film with that iconic scene where that where it talks about how the devil is manifested through people's imaginations, and then that clergyman sees the fucking devil pop over his Bible. That shot was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like the close up shot of his reaction was just it's so it's so cool, and then it cuts to the devil with his hand over the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty crazy iconic shot. Which I bet like a lot of people see these shots from this film, but they don't know where it's
They
from.
haven't seen the
Yeah.
actual film. They don't know where it's from,
Hmm.
but they think it's like it looks cool. But once you watch this film, you're like, holy fuck, it means a lot more.
Yeah. it really delves into the human psyche and how we ourselves personify and imagine our demons.
Mm-hmm.
Likewise, when he explains how the woman sees the doctor entering her room at night, and that's her form of personifying the devil, because she's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really cool.
Really well made film. Super cool.
And it's I think it's like a good entryway for someone that wants to get into silent films. Like if I knew someone that wanted to get into silent films, I would show them this movie.
Yeah.
This one or Nosferatu, because they're fun to watch. They're
Mm-hmm.
crazy.
That is true.
Yeah. Oh, that or Coach, the Coachman, I think it's called. John Wayne's first movie.
Was it in? Was it a silent film?
Yeah, it was a silent. Oh no, actually no, it wasn't a silent film. Never mind.
Yeah.
Or Charlie Chaplin films too. Those are always fun to watch. Those are
That's true.
good segues into silent. Silent films are like a whole other genre in and of itself. Like you really, you really can't like coerce someone into watching them unless you like actually make them watch a silent film. Then that'll get them wanting to watch more.
Mm-hmm. And especially with silent films, you
Because
really
you tell
have
someone,
to
hey,
pay
hey,
attention.
bro, you want to watch a silent film? They'll be like, silent film? Don't you have to read?
Yeah, I don't like reading. I don't even
Yeah.
know how to read.
The films like these are like, they're well worth reading, man, because
Mm-hmm.
they're very beautifully shot.
That is true.
Well written too.
Mm-hmm. And with silent films, like I said, you have to pay attention. You have like no distractions. You know, it's not like a Michael Bay movie where it's like a million explosions.
Yeah. That's an insane thought. We went from this film to the Michael Bay
Michael Bay.
Transformers movies.
Yeah.
Could you imagine what Benjamin Christensen could have done with that budget, or with everything then for him to utilize from the
Oh fuck, he'd probably make like witches real. You know? You know?
probably.
So
That's funny. It's a crazy thought how far we've come
mm-hmm.
in filmmaking.
That is true. And the fact that people still nowadays make like movies that are in black and white.
Yeah,
Not that many silent films.
capture that feeling.
Yeah.
Silent film.
Not nobody makes a silent film nowadays. But I feel like somebody should, you know.
Well, the only reason they were silent is because they didn't have audio
I know.
at the time. There's really no. I mean, you could make a film like that, but it just wouldn't be the same. Because like with the silent film, you could tell like they had their constraints back then. They were still able to achieve what they could achieve. So if you do it now, it just kind of comes off like a gimmick, you know. Like, oh, my film is silent.
Am I cool? I guess.
Yeah. Well, one film that tried that was like A Silent Place, I think. And so there's some other ones that are like there's no dialogue, but there's still noise.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, but it really delves into deep topics about witchcraft and
Satanism.
the psyche. Yeah. Crazy good film. It's one of the greats, one of the most important films in film history, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
Should be on a like a Mount Rushmore of films.
No, there's many like it. If we gave that to every film, that'd be like
There'd be like 50 Mount Rushmores,
yeah,
but still.
or Mount Everest with the face all over it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, but Benjamin Christensen definitely one of the pioneering directors of the time. Without him, we wouldn't have a lot of films today. And I'm grateful for this film. I give it like a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10?
Yeah.
Okay. That's reasonable. I give it like maybe yeah, for like a 7.5.
7.5.
7.5. Maybe
Yeah.
an 8. For me, since it was like kind of my first like silent film, one of my first silent films.
Yeah.
It's just a slow beginning,
Yeah, it's beautiful
it's a good
atmosphere.
ending.
And for a silent film, it just it just hits all the marks for me. I not like it. I thought it was a good film.
Yeah.
You want to get into the trivia about this film?
I just pulled it up.
Man, I got mocos. Yeah, there's another silent one I want to watch. It's called Faust. It has that one with the shot of the giant like bat wing creature over a town. You seen that one?
Oh, yeah, I have.
I want to watch that one, but we could save that for next year's Halloween.
Or any time along this year.
Yeah, getting closer to Halloween.
So here's a bit of trivia. The Swedish film censors required numerous cuts in the film before authorizing its release. Among the censored scenes were the close-up of the finger being removed from the hangman's hands, the trampling of the cross in the Sabbath scene, the shot of the oozing infant held over the cooking pot, a close-up of a woman's face while she is in a torture rack, close-ups of several instruments of torture being employed, and a shot of a demon embracing a nude woman. All these
So you're
shots.
saying there's a director's cut that never got made?
Well, no, it says right here that all these shots have since been restored to the film. So when people saw it the first time, it didn't have any of
Oh,
that.
okay.
So they got a lamer version of what we saw.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. I was about to say release the Christensen cut. uh,
Yeah.
Even though most scenes were filmed in the interior studios because Benjamin Christensen felt that the actors' performances wouldn't be best influenced by a more dark and ominous atmosphere, most of the film was shot at night. Almost unheard of at the time. See? This guy was riding the tiger, man. He's like, let's go. Let's do it.
Mm.
Director Benjamin Christensen originally planned to write the script with the help of historical experts, but that plan fell through after he discovered that most of the experts had in mind were against the making of the film.
I was gonna read that one, but yes, that's crazy. And to think people back then would be like, "Oh, we need to tell people how things were back then," because you know, not that many people could read, or they wouldn't even care to look into anything like this. But I guess historians were lame back then. Due to the type of emulsion of the film stock used, the blue in many of the actors' blue eyes did not register, giving their eyes a glazed, unnatural appearance.
That kind of helped the aesthetic, though.
Yeah.
Some of the eyes and the people are pretty creepy. Maria the Weaver, one of the prosecuted witches, was played by Maria Patterson, who director Benjamin Christensen allegedly discovered while she was selling flowers on a street corner. Aw.
Oh shit.
So he saw a cute little old lady. He's like, I want to film you getting tortured.
That reminds me of some Alien.
Yeah, an alien when they
The
met the
guy
guy in
that
the
plays
bar.
Alien.
Yeah. Patterson claimed that she was the first Red Cross nurse in Denmark. During the shoot, she reportedly turned to Christensen and said, "The devil is real. I have seen him sitting at my bedside." Christensen was so struck by this confession of modern demonic activity, or at least in the belief of modern demonic activity, that he incorporated this anecdote into the film itself. He did. It was when that woman was saying that to her mother, I think. Yeah, or to the doctor.
Yep.
That's cool.
With an estimated budget of up to 2 million Swedish kronas. At the time, this was the most expensive film produced by any Scandinavian country. That amount would be equivalent to roughly about $500,000 in 1922, which equates to about 9.4 million in 2022.
100 years later, so yeah, it would have been a $9 million film. That's
Jesus, like this guy threw his whole life savings at this.
Yeah, that's cool.
Fuck. No, he did have Michael Bay type of fucking.
Yeah, he did. I guess for the time.
Yeah. That budget.
To achieve the scene in which the witches are flying over the roofs of the town, Benjamin Christensen and his cameraman, Johan Ankersturgeon, I probably said it wrong, photographed a miniature town with each house about 2 meters in height, an enormous turntable which operated manually and took the strength of 20 men to operate it.
Jesus.
Then the several costume actors were photographed on broomsticks against a black background to make the heavy costumes ripple in the wind. Christensen brought in an airplane motor. A total of 75 witches were photographed, each in the village, and a special optical printer was built by Anchors Sturgeon to put them together. Only about 3 of the 4 appear on the screen at one time. The construction of the model town was decided upon after test footage proved the original idea of shooting from a movie train was a bad one, as too many modern structures, not to mention telephone poles and wires, were unavoidable. The test footage survived and is superimposed with Christensen seated in the chair, acting as part of a witch. Huh.
That's crazy. Are you pulling it up?
Yeah, I'll look it up later.
In addition to playing the devil, director Benjamin Christensen also has a brief appearance as Christ. The part when he pops up in the painting when the nun is getting
Yeah,
possessed.
I thought that was a really good shot too.
I know, I like
Yeah,
that.
that was cool.
He also appeared as himself in the very first shot of the film.
Hmm.
Yeah. Crazy, right?
Yeah. Wanted to be in his own movie. That's cool.
Thrice.
He could get away with it too because it's like a documentary style. So.
Yeah. Like I guess you could say he's like the first I forgot his name. The fat guy. Alfred Hitchcock.
There you go. Like, oh yeah, the fat guy.
Yeah, that one fat guy that pops up in his movies.
Oh my gosh. You know the fat guy? I'll never let that go, dude.
Is that one fat guy?
Yeah, that.
Although financed by Swedish backers, sorry, the film was shot entirely at Benjamin Christensen's old studio in Denmark.
Mm.
Yeah. So even the Swedes were like, pretty cool film.
At the time, it was envisioned that this movie would be the first of a trilogy. The subsequent films were not made. Imagine that. Haxan 2, Return of the...
Return of the Witch.
What the hell would they have been about?
I don't know.
Yeah. It would have been cool, though, if it kept on, like, the style of it.
Yeah, for real. But
And the
I
film...
feel like it's best to do like a one and done kind of thing. You know?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
When the film was re-released in Denmark in 1941, Benjamin Christensen considered removing the modern-day sequences from the film. Inevitably, the film was released with the modern scenes intact. I think you read that earlier, right?
No.
Oh. Yeah? Pretty neat. To get the dramatic skies for...
I was gonna read it. No, you go ahead. You already started.
You're taking a while.
I was looking at all these and I just stumbled upon it. But no, go ahead.
To get the dramatic skies for the scenes where actors are shown outside in silhouette, Benjamin Christensen dispatched a cameraman in Norway to photograph the dramatic, cloudy skyscapes that appear in the finished product. Okay.
This film is a personal favorite of film director Guillermo del Toro. Imagine him. He's like, I love these films. He's spooky. I'm gonna make nightmares because of this film. You know, in Pan's Labyrinth, that fucking monster that like.
That's what I'm saying. This film inspired many great directors down the line. Like the reverberations from this, it's like if you dropped a stone in a river, the ripples would have gone through the whole river, and that's what film history is. It's like a grand river. It's always moving, always ongoing.
Yeah. So
It's
imagine this. Like,
happened to
imagine that he never made Haxan. we wouldn't have the Hellboy or Pan's Labyrinth
Yeah.
or The Shape of
And
Water.
many other films too.
Yeah, a lot of other films. Like this is like it's like a domino effect.
Yeah.
It is a domino effect.
And perfect for the spooky times because it's a pretty scary movie. In my
One
opinion.
scary movie.
Well, the visuals are very pretty spooky. I'd be scared if I saw them in my dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's included among the 1001 movies you must see before you die.
Yeah, but I'm not surprised. The failure of the original copyright holder to renew the film's copyright resulted in it into falling into public domain. Yeah, it was on YouTube. I saw like 4 or 5 full versions of this movie on YouTube, meaning that virtually anyone could duplicate and sell a VHS DVD copy of the film. Therefore, many of the versions of this film available on the market are either severely and usually badly edited and or extremely poor quality, having been duped from second and third generation or more copies of the film.
Damn.
Yeah, a lot of the ones on YouTube have like a strange hue on them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like they got it off like some guy's garage CD version of it that he was selling off the back of his car.
Yeah, in the back of a Family Dollar.
Yeah. or in a Mexican restaurant walking around with those like big sticks full of CDs, like the little racks.
Yeah, he has a little book. He opens it up. It's like, oh, you
want Kung Fu Panda 3 or you want Haxan?
Haxan, I know it's a big jump, but it's a good movie. It's like, all right.
I got Looper.
Looper.
I got Master of Disguise. You like that? What do you mean you want to watch this weird German one? Okay, but
Go ahead.
I don't know where
Get
I
it
got
off my hands. Try to sell it for 2 weeks.
Uh,
A screenshot from this film was used by the Norwegian black metal band Mayhem as the cover of their 2004 studio album Chimera.
I'm not surprised. Like a lot of the shots looks like an album cover in this.
Oh yeah, dude.
If
I would use it.
I was a black metal band, like fucking the whole movie could be a cover for my band. Danish director Benjamin Christensen, yes, conducts a documentary-style investigation to the practice of witchcraft from medieval times to the present day. The film, which was 3 years in the making, regards the witch as a victim of a repressive and superstitious church. We discussed that. It also presents cruelty and nudity, which are part of the diabolic and satanic practices depicted. Although in the melodrama Night of Vengeance, whose films were admired by David Dreyer, who became the master of the horror drama. Yeah, see? This inspired David Dreyer, who directed Blade Runner. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Never Say Never Again. I think that's the James Bond movie. No. The Notebook. Fighting Temptations. Oh no, he didn't direct those. He did the visual effects. I see. I understand that. It was the visuals that inspired him. Oops. Yeah, we reached the end of the trivia. What did you rate this movie? Oh, you gave it a 9, right?
No, you gave it a 9.
I gave it a 9. You gave it.
I gave it a 7.5.
Okay.
Yeah. So it my respects. But one last piece of trivia.
A good segue, right?
Yes.
If you're gonna read the one I'm thinking.
Haxan Films, the creators of the Blair Witch Project, 1999, took their name from this movie.
Which brings us to the next film we're going to discuss,
which is...
This is my home, which I am leaving the comforts of for the weekend to explore the Blair Witch. I can see you.
I'm real excited about this. Thank you for
I'm
the
very
opportunity.
glad.
This area's been haunted by that old woman for years.
I don't know why you have to have every conversation on video.
Because we're making a documentary.
Not about us getting lost. We're making a documentary about a witch.
I don't.
Lost? Admit that first.
No, I know we're not lost.
They're all over the place.
So how do we know it was people?
Well, even if it wasn't, I'm not going to play with that either.
And it's all because of me that we're here now. Hungry and cold and hunted. Just want to apologize to Mike's mom and Josh's mom and my mom.
Tell me where you are, Josh!
Found video footage tells a tale of 3 film students, Heather Denau, I didn't know her last name, Joshua Leonard, and Michael C. Williams, who've traveled to a small town to collect documentary footage about a Blair witch, a legendary local murderer. Over the course of several days, the students interview town people and gather clues to support the tale's veracity. But the project takes a frightening turn when the students lose their way in the woods and begin hearing horrific noises. And the way they get lost pisses me off. But here it is, the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, this movie is like a hit or miss for a lot of people. I feel like it was better enjoyed at the time that it came out.
Yeah, like watching it nowadays, you're like, what a fuck, what morons. But you know, this is my first time watching it, and I liked it. You know, it made me like anxious.
Yeah, I feel like just the concept of getting lost in the woods is scarier than it's just scarier than the thing that they're trying to scare you with. To be like the witch itself, it was not
Yeah.
scary, but like just the thought of being lost in the woods, documenting the whole thing, that's scary enough for me. But like the fact of being hunted by some supernatural force, that really adds up to it, you know.
Yeah, because we've been like camping before, and
Yeah.
you know,
You think you hear something, you hear some
you think
cracks.
you see something too.
Yeah, like someone step on a tree twig.
Little branch snaps. You're like, what was that? It's just a bird.
Yeah, and this really started the found footage genre. It really kicked it off.
The Godfather of
a lot
found
of
footage.
the Godfather of found footage horror.
Yeah, without
films.
this, you wouldn't have like Paranormal Activity or anything
Yeah,
like that.
it's really reminiscent of Haxan because that was like the Godfather of like most horror films too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So getting into this film,
I like how we discuss Haxan first, just to like delve into the concept of witches.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, and just the idea of Haxan, like how they run into like the delirium, you know, of witches, and here you see them as well slowly delve into hysteria throughout the film.
Yep, it starts off all like joyous. They're like, "Oh, we're gonna go to this town. We're gonna have fun recording. It's gonna be super cool. We're gonna make this a really cool documentary. We're gonna be famous." And they go into the town, you know, interview a bunch of people, they're like, "You're gonna die." And as they go up into the forest, you know, obviously she has a map. They're traversing through where they say this little cemetery is, where the witch hut is and stuff. And then from there, it just goes downhill, you know.
Yeah,
But the stories from the townspeople, you know, it's kind of like foreshadowing. Like the guy who's like, "Oh yeah, this girl, she went up there, disappeared for like a couple weeks."
when they interview Maria, or was that the Nancy, or what was her name? Mary, the crazy lady. Yeah, they interviewed a crazy lady, and she was talking about the rocks,
Oh yeah,
and
the
the
little rock formations.
and I think she describes the witch there.
Mm.
She meets a woman with like robes, and like she's all hairy, and she takes off the robes, and she's covered in hair and everything. Yeah,
Gross.
and I feel like I think that beginning part really set up the stage well for exposition, and also play with your imagination because you know it's a horror movie. They're gonna find something up there, so you think maybe they're gonna see whatever they're talking about.
Yeah, it makes you like try to imagine it. Like, oh, I think it probably looks like this. Okay, I
Yeah,
have it in my head.
you know, I like the dynamic of the characters, the way they talk to each other. It made it feel genuine. I could see how people back then were like bought into the hysteria of thinking that they actually went missing.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you rate this movie? So a lot of people have already seen it, but like, yeah, they go into the woods, they get lost, and they see.
Well,
But
they go into the woods. They're recording. They start to get
oh, and I love the
lost.
change of media too. Like when they switch between cameras, the
Oh
camera
yeah,
they're
the two
using for the
cameras.
documentary and
Mhm.
the camcorder.
Yeah, because the one they have for the documentary is like black and white.
Yeah, footage
The
like
camcorder is just
like
for
film,
like
yeah, film footage.
excitement.
Yeah.
Like to look back on. And we get different perspectives from all of them. As they slowly dwell into insanity, because somebody dropped the map into the little creek. Because the girl, what was her name? Oh, Donna.
Don Honahue. She played herself. That's her real name.
Really?
Yeah, Heather Donahue. Yeah.
Oh, Heather. Dude, you see, Heather had the map the whole time. She was the leader.
Yeah.
And Michael and Josh. You know, Michael was Josh's friend. She just brought Josh along.
I forgot to mention the directors. It's directed by Daniel Myrick and Eduardo Sanchez.
What else has he directed?
Daniel Myrick and Eduardo Sanchez.
Yeah.
Oh, Heather Donahue helped write this too. Huh.
Really?
Yeah, one of the actors helped write this movie. Daniel Myrick. He's known for just the Blair Witch sequels.
Oh, gross.
uh, and some movie called The Objective.
Should give it a gander.
That looks like a weird boomer movie that'll pop up on History Channel at like 3 in the morning.
Sci-fi.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah,
What's Eduardo Sanchez done? I know Heather Donahue's been in a few horror movies. Oh, I guess he did a segment for VHS 2. I think it's one of the best ones I hear. Either VHS 2 or VHS 3, one of the good ones. Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah, so they're more
pretty
like,
well-known men.
yeah, what's Heather Donahue done? Just a picture of her. No, she was in Taken.
Nice.
No, wait, no. That's some sort of TV show. Oh yeah, but she was an actress. She's known for just a few movies for writing, but she was in a lot of movies and shows and such.
Nice.
That's why she seemed familiar, Heather Donahue.
Right.
The name too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she was the leader in this, for a while until everything went horribly wrong. Because she had the map for one instance, and then boom, it's gone. They're blaming her, and turns out it was Michael that dropped it into the creek, and he was laughing hysterically, and goes on to say it wasn't even helping because they got lost for one day. And from then on, days, nights pass. When they're camping and they're in their tent, and you just hear like baby noises.
That was actually creepy.
That was that I got like little goosebumps. And they
Yeah.
were scratching at the tent. I was like, oh hell no.
I think that's my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah.
And then they're running, and she's like, "What the hell is that?" It's just like she saw something.
Yeah.
Real tense and
Mhm.
unsettling.
And after that scene, I think that's when Josh disappears, right?
Yeah, but to think he would disappear in that scene, but it's more like it's scary that just that they're just casually just there chilling, talking, and then that's when he disappears.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they can't find him.
Until later on, she finds like a little sack of something.
Yeah,
Like a tooth or a finger.
real creepy stuff. And it's kind of implied, like you saw how consistently their attitudes change, like they were bipolar or something.
Oh yeah.
I think that's kind of like also the witch's effect on them, probably, or whatever supernatural force was out there messing with them.
But the one that was like mainly an asshole was like Limp Biscuit over here, Michael.
He looked like a Limp Bizkit. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like at one point he's like the voice of reason, and then the next point he's screaming and eating leaves and shit towards the end. And
Yeah.
same thing with Joshua too and Heather. Like they would.
But Josh was the one that
would
was
be-
like least, you know,
Yeah, he's most chill.
he was the most chill guy.
Stoner type. Like, man, it's gonna be fine, dude.
It's all right, man. I'm just relax.
Just go eat my mom's mashed potatoes and go see my girlfriend, dude. Tomorrow we're just gonna have a good time, you know.
Or Michael was saying that about the mashed potatoes.
Yeah. And how soul crushing was it when they ran into the tree that they passed?
The stump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Already. Yeah. Like, fuck. That'd be terrible. Yeah.
15 hours.
Yeah, and like I love when they first come across the effigies. Well, first they start with the stones, the little stone piles that the lady was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And then they find all the effigies everywhere, and that's when they start getting creeped out. And then they hear people walking around outside their tents and real creepy stuff. And the legend of the kids getting killed up in the house up in the mountain, which you see like aspects of that, like the way you hear kids in their. That's what we talked about earlier, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
pretty cool. And then yeah, Josh disappears. She finds a little sack. And she was smart to keep that away from
Michael, because he would have flipped his
yeah,
shit.
he would have done a backflip up a
Yeah.
tree.
We're all gonna die. Some shit like that, you know?
Yeah.
Because, he was actually acting hysterical throughout this whole film.
Yeah. Me and bro 3 seconds into hiking.
We're fucking lost.
Dude, the car's right there.
Oh. We're gonna get lost. But he was super annoying. That was the character that I did not like.
Yeah.
Towards the end,
Well, I like piecing together in your own head like
Yeah.
shit that happens. Cause how do they end up? They're heading directly south, and somehow they end up back at that tree.
right?
Yeah. So I think like some of the witchcraft magic shit, like teleporting them around, and that really adds to the suspense and the horror. Just like what plays in your mind. Yeah, your mind fills in the gaps. That makes for good horror, I think,
Mm-hmm.
if it's implemented correctly.
That is true. I
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, and it's like, I don't know. I think about it like the witch like morphs the land and makes them go like backwards.
Yeah.
It's super cool. I like that.
I like the tagline at the beginning. Like, in October 1994, 3 student filmmakers disappeared in the woods near Burkittsville, Maryland, while shooting a documentary. A year later, their footage was found.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. Yeah, and they go into the house, and then it's just a scream fest the whole time.
Yeah.
Real-
Josh, Michael, Mike. I'm like, man, relax.
yeah.
I know your buddy's missing. Like,
I think I like the blood, the bloody pamprints in the roof,
Mhm.
and the way the Josh's voice goes from the top to the bottom somehow.
yeah.
That's scary.
And it
Yeah.
was the witch.
But
like,
yeah, the
messing
use
with
of sounds and shit was really well done with this, especially with this medium, and the way the film was shot.
it. Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure as yeah, you know when Michael goes down and he ends up in the corner and something attacks him. I'm pretty sure as you hear her screaming, the camera's still moving, right?
Yeah.
But slower. And if her voice is getting farther away, so you would assume you'd be able to hear her full blast screaming into the camera.
That's what, like,
Yeah.
was tripping me out too. I was like,
So that's implying that whatever force took the camera from her and something else was getting her upstairs.
Yeah.
And just taking the camera down to record him in the corner.
Yep.
Yeah, that's scary. Spooky stuff. And I love the abrupt end. No credits, no nothing. Just the way it ends.
Just cuts.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Maybe that's why everybody was thinking, like, man, we need to go out there and look for them.
I need to find Heather Donahue today. I ain't
Right
leaving this
now.
woods till I do. Yeah.
Meanwhile, she's chilling in LA or some shit. This whole manhunt for them.
The rescue team.
Yeah.
You guys find the house yet? Where's that fucking house? I need
Where's that witch at?
Heather, Josh. I'm not going home till they're safe and sound.
We're gonna find this witch, or we're gonna burn that stake.
It's like what's that show called? Hillbilly Monster Hunters or something? You remember that one?
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Mountain Monsters or something like that.
It's those guys
It's
looking
like the
for-
Duck Dynasty.
Yeah. Did you say so?
Did you say that? Did you? He pulls his shotgun out like.
I saw an edited video of them in the woods, like, and they keep tripping.
And falling, and their like shotguns go off.
Billy, hey, you all right?
What happened? Oh, there's a hole here, guys. You guys get tough. You all right, bro?
Oh, yeah.
Listen.
Bill, you all right, Bill? You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah, so I edited it to where like their guns go off every time they fall.
Yeah, I saw that one earlier.
You okay?
And it's like a shotgun that goes off like 4 times when he falls.
Yeah, I'm fine. They're out there looking for the witch.
That's
Jeff by
funny.
Heather. It'd be funny. It'd be funny if they saw that recently, like years after. Oh fuck. That's so funny. Oh, that'd be so stupid. That'd be a funny skit. Oh, what was that show called? I need to know now.
Oh no,
Mountain Hillbilly.
Mountain Monsters. Just
Hillbilly
put Mountain Monsters.
hunting monsters.
They mostly look for Bigfoot.
Mountain monsters. There you go.
I told you.
We're looking for the Blair Witch today in this episode.
Sun's going real low, so we're gonna head back to camp and try again in the
I
morning.
used to love that show. That show was so stupid.
And it pissed me off because like the sun is like in the center of the sky, man. It's probably like 12. They say it's like 4. It pisses me off. They're clearly still day out.
It's just that time. He has to go to bed.
Oh, the fat guy with the white beard is like, yeah, I'd like to find the witch and find Heather and make sure she's okay.
Oh man. I'm gonna cry. It's so funny.
Maybe
the
we should
thought of it.
review the whole show.
Hell no.
Yeah, I
would
watched
say
a lot of episodes.
Mountain Monsters episode 1. Oh man. I found something. There's a pile of stones over here.
Oh, there's another one over here.
I think you're onto something, Jeff.
Keep sniffing them out. Grabs a rock.
Oh, did you hear that?
Whoa!
Start running. You
Like,
okay?
even the cameraman, when like shit would go down, and just like moving around everywhere. I remember this one episode where like they're all in like a circle, but one of them trips and he falls on a tree, and the tree falls down and like falls on another one. And they're like, "It was Bigfoot." And it turns to like behind them, and one of them gets hit in the head, supposedly by Bigfoot. It's like, "It got me in the head. I think I'm concussed."
They're running. They find one of them hanging by their like their overall straps on a tree. Oh, I think the witch did this. The witch put me up here. I swear. I 1 second I was walking and
He's stretched out like one of the
effigies.
the effigies, you know that.
But he's fine.
Help! They find a random sack with fingers in it.
Whose fingers are these?
I got all mine.
The camera's on him. He's missing 3 fingers.
Oh!
They're like nubs,
Oh,
but they're like fully healed and stitched.
put a bit of ketchup on them.
Uh,
Oh god, that's funny.
they go to that. They find that house. Like, Jeff, you in here? It's him in the corner, like Michael.
Rocking back and
He,
forth.
he turns around. He's eating like beef jerky. He's like, huh?
Oh, sorry, I found this beef jerky in here. Where's the witch?
Heather, you in here? Heather.
Heather. Well, we didn't find her today.
So, what do you rate this movie?
I would rate it probably an 8, solid 8. Not gonna lie.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the average consensus say it's like a 6.
Well, I'm not the average consensus, buddy. But yeah, I'd rate it like a solid 8. You know, just because of Michael's stupidity.
Yeah. There's a lot of cliches in the beginning. It's just, I don't know. It's like there's a lot of there's a lot of setups for shit. Like some most horror movies do. Yeah, I say like a 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Well, let's get into the trivia for this film.
Let's jump into some trivia.
Me first.
Okay.
The directors kept in touch with actors Heather Donahue, Michael C. Williams, and Joshua Leonard via walkie-talkies to ensure the three would not become lost during their trek in the woods. Reportedly, they got lost at least 3 times. So, hey, maybe some of that footage was genuine of them crashing out. Dude, that was perfect, but let's keep that in the film. It's like, oh man, I actually thought we were lost. That's crazy.
That's the effect. But let me read this next one. At around 46 minutes, in a scene where the main actors are sleeping in a tent at night, the tent suddenly shakes violently and they all get scared. This was unscripted, and the director shook the tent and the actors actually were scared. So that was their actual genuine reaction.
Spooky. That was scary though. Like if
Oh,
that
yeah.
happened to me, I'd fucking poop my pants.
Man, I'd be doing backflips out of there.
I'd be shooting my shotgun and tripping like the mountain men.
Like the mountain monsters. I heard a little kid. Don't shoot the kids. It's like actual kids. Ah, mommy.
Oh man. This film was in the Guinness Book World Records for top budget box office ratio for a mainstream feature film. That's another reason people really hate this film, because of the payoff for it. Because it only cost like $60,000 to make, and it made back $248 million.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
A ratio of $1 spent for every 10,931 made. What the hell? These guys are set for life.
Heather Donahue's mother received sympathy cards from people who believed that her daughter
my
was actually
God.
dead or missing.
Oh, Lord.
That's what I'm saying. The hysteria in the 90s about this shit, man. Like, people actually thought this was real. Sorry, I'm still thinking about the mountain monsters, hillbillies up in the woods.
I know, I think about them a lot.
It's just funny.
The 3 leads believed the Blair Witch was a real legend during the filming. Though, of course, they knew the film was going to be fake. Only after the film's release did they discover that the entire mythology was made up by the film's creators. What assholes.
That was very creative, though, the myths that they thought up about the witch and stuff.
Yeah.
Like the 3, what was it, miners or something that got, like, gutted?
Before the film was released, the 3 main actors were listed as missing, presumed dead on IMDb.
That's crazy.
That's fucked up. Oh, man. It goes to show it led more into the hysteria.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we need to find them.
One of the video cameras used by the actors was bought at Circuit City. After filming was completed, the producers returned the camera for a refund.
Oh, no way.
Making their budget money go even further.
That's so funny.
That's insane. It took 8 days to shoot this film.
You're kidding.
No. Bro, I could see why so many people fucking hate this movie based on like the payoff out of it. That's crazy.
They're just jealous. They hate us because they hate us, you know?
I guess.
That's funny.
The crackling sounds in the woods were made by the directors and their assistants walking up to the camp's perimeter, breaking sticks and tossing them in various directions. Well, of course, how else would they make the noises?
Yeah, like, fuck. Think about it. At about an hour and 10 minutes, the close-up of Heather Donahue's face as she tapes her farewell video was unintentional. Donahue planned to have her whole face in frame, but she had zoomed the camera too much. However, the director thought that the closeness to all the tears and phlegm really added to the ugly realism of the scene and kept it in. It's like, damn, bitch, you ugly. I'll keep it in. I like that.
It's still iconic.
Oh, yeah.
At around 46 minutes, the Blair Witch was supposed to be seen in the movie. As the characters were running out of their tent, Heather yells, "Oh God, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?" The cameraman was supposed to pan to the left, and the audience would briefly see a woman. Oh, come on, that would have been a woman
So
wearing
she
a-
was there.
Yeah, would have
Ah,
briefly seen a woman wearing a white gown in the distance, but the cameraman forgot to pan to the left, and the scene was not reshot.
what a moron.
Do you think that would have affected the consensus for this film? If you actually saw something? Because I feel like the film is better you not seeing anything. Because it's all like it just plays with your imagination.
That's true.
Yeah.
But I feel like if they only showed the witch that one time and then the rest of the movie didn't show her, that would have been good too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heather Donahue and Michael C. Williams were unaware that Joshua Leonard was going to disappear near the end of the shoot. Originally, Williams' character was supposed to do that. The directors had left a note for Leonard instructing him to wait for the others to fall asleep and then leave the tent. They had to wait for 45 minutes before calling him out, telling him, "You're dead." Leonard was actually glad to leave because there was a Jane's Addiction concert he wanted to go to. Who the fuck is Jane Addiction?
I don't know. By some hippie band or something at the time. To maintain the film's fear factor, the three main characters agreed to stay in character for the entire 8 days of filming. Periodically, if an actor had to break from character, then the remaining two actors would have to break from character, but only after collectively reciting the safety word taco. Taco. Okay, what was my line again? The film was originally much higher resolution, but was degraded after transferring the footage to a 35mm film out, which was used for the creation of theatrical prints and home video transfers. I think that adds to the authenticity of the film, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Addendum to the 8 days trivia. It took 8 days to shoot the film, but 8 months to edit it.
That kind of sucks.
8 months is crazy.
God. He's probably slacking on
I
it.
take shit for granted because with my camera, I just pop out the memory, put in my camera, boop, start editing.
All right,
But
show off.
must have taken a long time back then. Not show off. What was that?
The Blair Witch. Let's see. One of the dropped messages to the actors revealed to Mike that he was the one who was to destroy the map. He improvised on the spot to kick it into the river, and though Heather and Josh had seen him do it, Mike carried this information to himself for much of that day's filming before finding the right moment to reveal that he did it. What an asshole.
Yeah.
Makes me not want to like that character anymore.
The woman on the street telling her account of the Blair Witch and the events of Burkittsville was just a random woman that the actors came across on the street. She made up the entire story on the spot. After filming, the directors tried with no success to find the woman to get her sign of release form. That's crazy. That's just some random crazy lady making shit up
Yeah.
for the movie, and you never see her again. She's never credited.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's cool.
Wow.
That's just like in Haxan when the director found that old lady selling flowers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's always so cool to find out little things like that about a film. Like if that lady didn't wake up that morning to walk down the street, she would have never been in this movie. Think about that, man. That's crazy. You gonna read something?
One of the original script ideas was for a giant-sized version of the stick figure to chase the students through the woods. This was rejected in favor of an enemy that was malevolent but never seen. I like that. I don't think I would have liked one of the stick monsters to chase him down.
A giant Stick figure.
Yeah, the stick.
That would have been so stupid.
You know, like the giant tree. Oh my god!
The mountain monsters guy.
Holy shit! Line him up. That's so funny. Oh god.
The film was one of the most pirated films of 1999 because of the limited release due to the independent status. The pirated version was unfinished, leaked word print, and several plot holes, and most of the initial interviews missing, leading to audience confusion at the final scene of the film. Just him standing in the corner, you don't know why the fuck he's doing that. It was greatly inspired by this film. It had similar piracy issues, including missing. Oh, the film Paranormal Activity was inspired
Yeah,
by
I said
this
that.
film. Yeah.
Yeah. Several ending versions were shot to show Heather discovering Mike in various positions, surrounded by stickmen hanging from the ceiling. Eventually, because test audiences were confused by the appearance of the stickman as Mike walked into the bare basement, and Heather would follow a minute later to find Mike surrounded by stickmen, there was a decision to reshoot the ending. The director also admitted to removing the stickmen from the theatrical ending to give the ending a sense of ambiguity.
Ambiguity.
Sorry, can't read.
Dyslexic.
I know. As to whether there was a supernatural element or human element to the student's fate. I remember when we first started, like the first couple episodes, and I couldn't read for shit. And now we're going back to, being dyslexic.
Yeah.
Anywho, but I like that, I like that there being nothing down there.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the little handprints all over the walls upstairs in like the house
Yeah.
were already enough.
And the use of the voices.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was very unsettling.
Yeah.
Very, very well thought out.
Because if they added all that, it would have been like too stereotypical,
Yeah.
Like witchy.
This film's an instance of less is better.
Yes.
Although for some people, too much less is not good at all. But yeah. Originally, it was Mike who was supposed to disappear near the movie's end. However, throughout the filming, there was so much bickering going on between Heather and Josh that it started to become annoying and disruptive. So it was decided to pull Josh out prematurely. Most of Heather Josh's arguments were edited out in post production, focusing more on antagonism between Mike and Heather. This choice proved advantageous as Mike was always intended to be the antagonist of the group. So leaving him and Heather as the last two survivors created extra tension due to their different personalities.
That's perfect, yeah. So they wanted Mike to be a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Speaking about the house, the interior of the house was in the ending scene was covered with years of graffiti. The film crew had to repaint the walls prior to shooting. The child handprints on the walls were made by two children nephews of the production assistants who stuck their hands into red paint and pressed them on the walls. That's cool.
Despite the fact they never get out of the woods, civilization was rarely far away. In reality, sometimes it was just a few yards away, slightly off camera. They're just like, oh my god, we're lost. But like behind them, like 50 feet away, was a house.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Did you read this one? The interior of the house was
Yeah.
Okay.
Off camera, Heather took one of the stick figures. It is seen later in pieces as they are chased from their campsite by unseen forces and is mentioned by Josh later in a later scene. Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, they're blaming her.
Yeah. Concerning the theory that Josh and Mike had planned and ultimately murdered Heather, many have questioned the motive for the crime. According to one of the initial drafts for the script, Heather and Josh used to be romantically involved and had broken up before the events shown in the film. It's even implied that in Heather's diary that She and Josh had a long history and mentioned the tension between one another. Using the bit of information for the theory, this indicates that the tension between Heather and Josh is much worse. Their breakup was may have been very ugly. One shows in their antagonistic behavior towards one another. They somehow decided to remain friends and went on to date other people, judging by Josh briefly mentioning his girlfriend in the film and Heather mentioning her boyfriend named Greg in her diary. However, Josh may have harbored such resentment and hatred towards her and wanted revenge. Thus, he enlists Mike and possibly a few other people to help him and plan murder Heather himself. Oh,
Hmm.
that's a theory. Do you
Yeah.
think it validates? It's validated?
Let me read this one.
Because, like, Mike fucking threw the map away.
Yeah,
Uh,
like a moron.
mm-hmm.
At around an hour and 6 minutes, Heather Donahue's discovery of Josh Leonard's teeth, blood, and hair wrapped in a bundle of twigs bears a striking similarity to Washington Irving's story, The Devil and Tom Walker. Tom's wife goes to find the devil in a swamp and never returns home. When Tom goes to find her, he discovers her apron with her heart and liver inside. However, it also reflects the scene in the silent documentary Haxan, 1922, where a severed hand is carried by a witch hidden in a bundle of twigs. It all goes full circle, back to Haxan. How do you feel?
Pretty good. Yeah, this film and Haxan, very good witch films. If you got witch itch,
Round of
yeah.
applause, everybody.
Thank you. Or the Bewitched, that one's a good film too.
I haven't seen that one yet,
That's a good one.
but
But it's set in America instead of Denmark. So it's more like a Salem witch kind of feel.
Well, don't matter where it's filmed or where
Yeah.
it takes place.
This film has a separate documentary film that's affiliated with it, created by the same directors. It's called Curse of the Blair Witch. It was released as a 44-minute introduction to the story and was broadcast on Sci-Fi
Wow.
on July 11, 1999. 2 weeks before Blair Witch was released in theaters by Artisan, the fake documentary features interviews with various experts on local folklore, local history, townspeople, scientists, academics, and law enforcement, all of whom were actors discussing the legend of the witch, various theories of the filmmaker's disappearance, and discovery of their film, all of which was completely fictitious. The documentary was professionally narrated and went into much deeper detail on some of the events that occur in the subsequent found footage movie. All this interview investigation footage was originally intended to be included in the theatrical release, commingled with the found footage scene shot by Heather. Mike and Josh, directors Eduardo Sanchez and Daniel Myrick, decided that they had captured enough found footage to use as a standalone film without the framing of the story as a professionally produced documentary. They made the decision to compile the interview footage as a separate shorter film and present it as a real documentary, which they used to preview the Blair Witch Project. Curse of the Blair Witch proved a believable, compelling, and ultimately successful marketing device for the Blair Witch Project. It is included as a DVD bonus.
Nice.
Yeah,
That was a long one.
that's cool. I think that's the end of the trivia.
I got one more. At around 50 Shut up. At around 50 minutes, we'll all look back on this and laugh heartedly. At one point, Heather says, "If I die without ever walking across another stream on a log again, I'll die a happy girl." That is the last log over stream she crosses in her life.
Man, that was the Blair Witch and Haxan. Two very good, well-made documentary-style films about witches. One really delved into the trivia of witches.
The history.
The other personified how terrifying it would be to be chased by a witch in the woods.
Mhm.
Unless it's your boyfriend's actually trying to murder you in a weird, convoluted way, which I don't get that theory. Like, why would he hire
Neither do
a bunch
I.
of kids to fuck with him in the tents?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or it could have all just been a practical joke. You know, like, ha, you're a retard.
Camera's over there.
You don't see the school? The school field over there? You don't see the elementary school right over the past those
Stupid.
trees?
You really thought? She's like,
Really
you
thought
guys
it
are
was-
assholes.
Then the real witch comes in.
What is this, Scooby-Doo?
There is a Scooby-Doo boomerang version of this movie.
Oh, that was pretty scary.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
funny.
Oh.
That scared me as a kid. But little did I know it was about a fucking horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this all goes back to Scooby-Doo.
Somehow, some way, it ends with
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo again in this episode.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo's a good segue into horror a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
growing-
Chupacabra movie kind of episode scared the shit out of me back
Is this a good time to review the second movie?
then.
I'm kidding. No.
No.
Yeah. Tune in next time when we talk about mountain monster hunters.
Yeah.
But yeah. How do you want to end this, Dan?
I'll end it with a quote. Let's see. Let me find a good one. Let's see. Hmm. Okay. And the little woman whom we call hysterical, alone and unhappy, isn't she still a riddle for us? That's my quote.
Oh, what was that from?
Haxan. Over the river, through the valley, up the mountain, down the slope, a little house with a little rope. There stands a little man in the basement and a girl in the attic. And their friend's tooth next to the creek.
Yeah.
I don't know. I try to make a little rhyme.
Yeah. This is
Anywho.
a cool correlation double episode.
Yeah.
I like it.
Double whammy.
Yeah. Well, thank you all for joining us.
Leave a like and subscribe.
Bro
Bro fist.
All right.
Bye.
You guys, stay tight. We're gonna go super slow here, guys, all right?
All right, Buck.
Whoa! Whoa! Look, it's moving! Look! What is this?
Oh, no.
What is this?
This one's moving. They're everywhere. What the hell does this mean?
This is the freakiest, creepiest thing I've ever seen.
What the hell did we step into?
When we seen those hanging in those trees, it looked like witchcraft to me, and I wish to God I had a bag of salt in my hand to put a circle around us, because I was just that scared.